Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your daily dose of zombies news from the game and its community here on COD Zombies HQ. Thank you so much for tuning in today, where we've got a lot to talk about new Easter eggs and huge details about the upcoming Zombies event, and some Zombies gameplay that, trust me, you're gonna need to see in order to believe. But without further ado, let's kick things right off with our first story of the day. Treyarch released a new Zombies patch for Cold War today, which also ushered in the beginning of a double weapon XP period within Zombies that will last until February 16. In terms of Zombies fixes and gameplay changes as a result of this patch, Treyarch says they've changed two things here. The first is they've addressed an issue which would cause a player to be teleported outside of the map when other players interacted with a teleporter in the village area. I personally haven't seen any reports of this, but the fact that you could just be snapped outside of the map when a different player in your game interacts with a teleporter is absolutely insane, so I guess that's a good fix. And the second one is a fairly common exploit that was found on a D-Machine. It was obviously found here on Firebase Z, but they say they've closed an exploit that allows a player to stand on the crafting table, out of reach of any zombies, and I'm assuming the zombies didn't use your AoE attack if you're standing on the crafting table, making it a little bit too overpowered. Next up, they changed two smaller things which has to do with the UI of the game. The first of which I've seen and can be pretty annoying, so I'm glad they fixed this. They've addressed an issue where the upgrade icon was grayed out when the player had enough to upgrade at the arsenal. So if you're trying to upgrade the rarity of your weapon, you looked at the arsenal, it's like, ah darn, I don't have enough scrap yet, but you actually do. So they've now fixed this issue with it being grayed out when you could actually upgrade it. So just a small suite of changes in this update. I have heard a lot of reports from you guys in the comments about players specifically on the Xbox version about a bunch of issues relating to your platforms, so hopefully in due time, Treyarch will work on improving the stability of Firebase Z on Xbox. Next up, Firebase Z has been out for over a week now, and you might have noticed that for around a few days, there's really been no news on new Easter eggs being found on the map itself. There just has to be more side Easter eggs jam-packed onto this map than we've already discovered. And it turns out that there definitely is. Where Naticos over on Twitter found some assets from the Firebase Z map that we have yet to see in Firebase Z. That rhymes. The asset is this guy here, and while he originally believed this might end up being the ending boss fight within the map, that obviously wasn't the case. We got the Orda for the ending boss fight. It now seems like this guy is most likely used for some kind of friendly mangler Easter egg on the map itself, where if you complete the Easter egg perhaps for a limited amount of time, this mangler will be your friend, he'll be turned, and he'll help you fight off the zombies until his timer expires. Now here's the kicker, while we know that this is an Easter egg, we don't exactly know how to complete it yet. So if you're playing Firebase Z, feel free to experiment in a bunch of different ways with the manglers on the map, because obviously there's something that the Easter egg hunters in the first week of the map's release have just missed, and that there is definitely more to find going forward. Okay, moving on to our third story of the day. New assets from Zombies maps are continuing to start to appear on Warzone maps, specifically in the Warzone Rumble playlist, where this player found another Trials machine inside of the stadium area of the map. If you weren't aware, we believe this to be Treyarch teasing the large Outbreak Zombies event, which will be coming into the game we expect at the start of Season 2. We talked in detail about what this event will be in yesterday's video, so if you don't know about the Zombies Outbreak event, check that video out, it'll explain everything. But the gist is that there will be two different versions to this event. The first version will be on Warzone, which is why the zombie stuff is being teased in Warzone, but the second version will be exclusive to the COD Zombies mode in the classic co-op style that we know and love. But it is interesting that Treyarch is starting to tease these zombies assets only on a specific mode on Warzone and not the regular Battle Royale, leading some to suspect that the Warzone Rumble game mode will be replaced by the Zombies Outbreak mode when it goes live in a few weeks' time. I got a bit more to say about this, but I'll save it to the end of the video because we're rolling on to our fourth story of the day, where we're heading back to D-Machine, where one of the most popular high round and or camping strats seems to have actually been patched in the map in the most creepy way possible. If you didn't know, there was a spot on this truck this guy's standing on right now where zombies can only climb up very slowly from one corner of the truck, making it really easy to hold out on. Well, Treyarch has apparently patched this, and this is what it looks like now. It's absolutely terrifying, as zombies seem to cartwheel at the speed of sound up and onto the truck instantly now, making this spot, well, totally useless. I don't know if this was just a glitch or if Treyarch intended the zombies to do that, but it looks absolutely hilarious and frightening at the same time, so keep that in your mind if you're ever wanting to play Die Maschine in the future. Let's continue on to our fifth story, where Reddit user Groovy Hoovy beat the Firebase Z boss fight. Not that impressive, right? A lot of people have done that, but the impressive part about it is exactly what he used to beat the boss fight. He didn't use a controller, he doesn't use a mouse and keyboard, but rather he used a piano hooked up to his PC where different keys on the piano would match to different inputs in the game, and using that piano, he was able to get all the way to and beat the Firebase Z boss fight. And the best part about it is when all is said and done, when the feat is accomplished, you can play yourself a little victory tune at the end as well. But just imagine that for some people, switching from controller to keyboard and mouse or vice versa is hard enough. Try trying to learn a game as fast-paced as zombies on a keyboard. I can't imagine how he was able to do it. It's just super impressive. But keeping on rolling to our sixth story of the day, I told you this was a jam-packed show, where Reddit user HOV somehow managed to put together the Ray K wonder weapon from Firebase Z in real life using Lego. He did a really great job of it, and of course we gotta warn you that building something like this is of course a very dangerous task, as you run the risk of having one of those Lego bricks fall on the ground, you don't see it, then suddenly, bam, you step on it in the middle of the night, yell out in agony like a zombie trying to tear down one of the barriers to your windows. Next up, each video I post, I do try to read most of the comments you guys leave on them, and on yesterday's video and the one before that, there was a lot of confusion about some of the finer details of the upcoming Zombies Outbreak event. A lot of Zombies players were kind of concerned that, hey, does this mean I'm going to have to re-download and play Warzone in order to actually access this new Zombies Outbreak content? Well, there's two answers to that question, confusingly enough, both yes and no. If you want to play the player versus environment, we expect that to be exclusively on the Warzone platform, so you're gonna have to re-download Warzone if you want to play that. Also, associated with this Zombies Outbreak event, we know for sure so far that there will be 2 unique weapon blueprints among other rewards for you to earn by playing the mode, and we expect those 2 rewards perhaps to be split, one across the Warzone mode and then the other on the COD Zombies mode. Because answering the question of do I need to download Warzone in order to play this new Zombies event, that answers the yes side. The no side is that there will be a non-Warzone traditional COD Zombies component to this event that, like we said, doesn't include Warzone at all. That it will be featured exclusively on Call of Duty Cold War, and that whereas if you want to play the Warzone event, we assume it will be free to play just like Warzone is, but if you want to play the COD Zombies co-op Outbreak event, you will have to own a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, just like you would need to if you wanted to play Die Maschine or Firebase Z. So hopefully that helps answer some of the details about what we expect this event to be like. Of course, it isn't officially announced yet, but it seems like we're getting more and more information from the code of the game, from teasers within the game, so we can kind of present a more clear picture about what this event exactly is going to be. And make no mistake, guys, I can't overstate this enough. This is a massive deal for Zombies. COD Warzone is COD's new cash cow, and the fact that they're going to integrate and promote a COD Zombies event along with a specific COD Zombies mode alongside it is a really big deal for this mode. So much so that even though someone like myself that doesn't really play Warzone, that really only enjoys the zombies part of Call of Duty games, if the Warzone component of this succeeds, it'll only break good things for the co-op style COD Zombies mode in the future. But that wraps up the news today, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Hey, if you did enjoy it, why not leave a thumbs up on the video? Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, because I'll see you with another Zombies news update tomorrow. Peace.